I wanted to make a video about people pleasing because I feel like it's something that a lot of people do and don't even realize that they're doing it. And I did it for a very long time and I didn't even realize that I was doing it. So let's get started into it. So for example, you know, sometimes you're a people pleaser in your friendships and you don't even realize it. And a way to know if you're a people pleaser in a friendship is sit here and think about your friends. Think about whether or not you feel fulfilled in those relationships. Think about whether or not you're authentic whenever it comes to them. Do you actually say what you mean all the time, or do you feel like sometimes, you know, you don't say what you mean because you don't want to offend your friend? Or sometimes every time they call, you feel the need to pick up the phone because you feel bad if you don't answer. Or if they want to go to a certain place but you'd rather eat somewhere else, you choose to go to where they want to eat because you want them to like you. Sometimes if they ask you for a favor and you know you don't have the capacity to do it or the money to do it, you do it anyways because you want to be defined as a good person. Sometimes this need to be considered a good person is really, you know, from trauma. It's really from your need to people please because of your ultimate fear of people not genuinely liking you for you. Sometimes you are scared that if you set a boundary and you say no to something that you are not okay with, that people will cut you off or think that you are a bad person. You have to have so much confidence and so much understanding, and you need to rewire your brain so much so you get to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm a good person even if I say no this one time. If I had it like that, I would say yes. If I had the time right now, I would say yes. If I wasn't going to work at this time, if I didn't have to go to sleep at this time, I would take them to where they needed to go. But because I know I don't have the gas money, or I know I don't have the time or the energy, or I know that ultimately helping you is going to drain me, I'm not going to do it. And sometimes if you're a people pleaser, you will be willing to drain yourself if that means you get to do something good, because if you do something good, that's what makes you a good person. I want to tell you right now that being somebody who's a people pleaser is just as bad as being a user, because somebody who is a user is willing to take advantage of somebody who, you know, isn't in the space to be used, and somebody who is a people pleaser is willing to be performative enough to do things for people even when they know they don't have the ability to do it. And you doing that is a form of manipulation, because if you have to make somebody think you're a good person rather than somebody just thinking that you're a good person because you are, that's a form of manipulation. That's a form of you trying to make them think something rather than them just thinking it. Oh, let me do this for them. Let me give them a car ride. Let me give them some money. Let me give them advice even though I know it's my bedtime, and if I don't go to sleep right now, I'm not going to wake up in the morning and do what I need to get done. But I need them to say I'm a good person. I need them to feel that way. That's being a people pleaser, and you may not even realize it. You may be a people pleaser because, you know, people rejected you growing up. Maybe you had a cousin who didn't allow you to fit in. Maybe you had a parent who, you know, who never listened to you unless it was beneficial to them. Maybe you had a teacher who only talked to you whenever you did extra good on your grades, or, you know, only gave you praise or only spoke to you with any type of like positivity whenever you were the best in the entire class, when you're the most quiet. So you feel this need to keep up like this image of yourself that is not a real image. It's very performative, and no matter how many good things you do, it doesn't make you a good person if you're only doing it just to say you did it. And, you know, sometimes it's good to do things whenever you have a calling to do them, but make sure whenever, you know, you have a calling to do them, you take care of yourself first. You put yourself first. Instead, if somebody asks you for a ride at 2 o'clock in the morning and you know you got to get up for work at 6 o'clock, but your ride is going to take you 30 minutes to pick them up and then 30 minutes to get to where they're going, and it's just too much, then maybe you should tell them, hey, no, I can't do that. I'm sorry, but I'm busy. Or, you know, just go to sleep instead of waking up every time somebody texts your phone. But start prioritizing yourself, because in the end, whenever they get to where they're going because they took advantage of all these people, but you're sitting there looking like a dummy because you were people pleasing them, you're going to be upset. And then, like, the thing about people pleasing, and I know because I've been one before, sometimes when you're a people pleaser, we have the nerve to be mad at the person that was using us. But it's just like, they only use us because we allowed them to. You're gonna sit here and be mad at somebody that, you know, that you gave rides to for a year when you're the one who said yes, when they would have still liked you if you said no. Like, you can't sit here and have resentment towards people because you chose to be somebody who didn't know how to set your boundaries. So it's super important that you stop you know, blaming everybody for the fact that you couldn't set boundaries. And oftentimes resentment comes from not setting boundaries. When you have resentment towards somebody, that's a sign that you failed yourself. And I'm just gonna say it straight like that. Maybe if you don't want to hear this video, it's not for you. But sometimes when you have resentment for somebody, it's a sign that whenever you were and I'm talking to people who are 18 and older, because if you have resentment towards your childhood and things your parents did in the past, and you're still mad at them, and you have, I can't speak on that. Like I don't know. I do not know everything. I don't know. If you're 16 years old and you have resentment towards your parents who are doing you wrong, but you can't leave because you're a minor, I cannot speak towards that. Like I just don't know everything. I'm sorry, but if you are 18 and older and you have resentment towards somebody, that's a sign that you aren't doing what you were supposed to. And by what you're supposed to, I mean, 1, setting boundaries, or 2, leaving the situation if they didn't agree with your boundaries. For one, if you don't like that somebody is talking to you a certain way, but you never told them that you don't like that, you can't have resentment because you didn't even tell them what they were doing wrong. And 2, if somebody is talking to you a certain way, you told them you didn't like it, but you stay their friend, or you stay in a relationship with them, but you're mad at them for not changing, it's also your fault for not leaving. So 1, you either didn't set boundaries, or 2, you didn't leave after you set those boundaries and they didn't agree with them. So overall, resentment really just means that you need to, reflect on, what you are doing and what's going on. Resentment just means that you need to reflect on, your behavior, and maybe you need to stop people pleasing. Sometimes resentment comes from people pleasing and you're just tired of people pleasing, but you don't want to stop. So at the end of the day, just reflect and check it out. See if you're people pleasing. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I don't know. I'm just here in this world right now. But I feel very blessed to be able to talk to you guys and, have conversations with you guys, because I feel like it's really important that as humans let out our thoughts and help people where we think they could be helped. And sometimes I come off with a lot of tough love, but that's just a passion in me. It's from good intentions. And I feel like I have a strong belief that the people who are meant to hear me are going to listen to me and not be offended and really just take accountability, and we're just going to grow together. So thank you guys for watching. Holla at your girl. Be real or be real. Mwah.